You're watching Community Conversations, a ConcordTV production.
Hey Concord, welcome to this special edition of Community Conversations. This is a show produced by ConcordTV. I'm Kate Fleming of Intown Concord, and my co-host today is...
I'm Katie Mosher. I am the Events and Marketing Manager at Red River Theaters in downtown Concord, New Hampshire.
Well, we're psyched to be here.
Yes, because June is a very busy time for both the theater and for Intown Concord because of... Drum roll. I'll let Kate say it.
Market Days, the 44th Annual Market Days. Have you heard of it?
I have heard of it. I remember going to Market Days when I was a kid. My parents always talk about old-fashioned bargain days, which is now a much cooler Market Days.
Yeah.
But it's such an institution in the city of Concord.
Yeah.
And Intown Concord rocks it every year. As I mentioned, I know June is busy for us at the theater. We're always working for Market Days. We do an outdoor movies part of Market Days. And it just seems like it's the start of our summer movie season, and which is funny because we're an indie theater, so our busiest time of year is the winter when the Oscars are coming up. But tell me about what you guys are excited for at Market Days for this year.
Well, so first I'll say the dates. Market Days is June 21st, 22nd, 23rd from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. And there is, we start planning Market Days in January, and we have kind of a new committee. We have a lot of new committee members who've brought some awesome energy to, with new ideas on the different areas of Market Days. So we have a lot of new things to talk about and offer people, but the biggest one, I think, is that we have 50 new vendors.
Wow.
Which is crazy. I mean, I think last year we maybe had 4 to 6. Wow. So we have 50 new vendors, which is a testament to how great downtown Concord is.
Oh, yeah.
So in addition to the vendors that we've had for years, we've got 50 new ones, people who had just heard about it or wanted to be part of it. So there was a challenge with, that is a gift, it's great, but then trying to figure out where to put all these people in, and somehow I'm managing, I refer to it as the map in my office, which is a giant game of Tetris, and that's just constantly placing people around. So that's one of the biggest things this year. As a festival goer, what kind of changes did you want to see? I know a lot of people come back with feedback every year.
Yeah, I remember, so I have been going to Market Days since I was a kid, and I just remember it was something my parents were doing, and they were literally just shopping, looking for deals, oh, Katie needs new shoes for school, and it was always in the middle of the summer. Yeah. So going to do it earlier in the summer in June, I love that switch over. It happened around the time I was in high school, and back when I was coming back from, actually it must have been right after college, but it was awesome just to have something to start off the summer right. It was this big event with music and food, and there's this great beer tent for people who are over 21, and it's awesome to have that. I think one of my favorite things is the music of Market Days. I remember seeing Dusty Gray's band when they played at Market Days, and I'm just excited that there are so many bands and so much music at Market Days.
And there's more. I mean, I think the theme of the year is more and new. A lot of the feedback we get is more food, more vendors, more music. We've done all of that. So the Capitol Center for the Arts has come in and partnered with us and the Guile Music Series and has taken over the South Stage. And that is going to be incredible. It's going to be great music from all over the country, actually. Exciting. So that's every night, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Then, you've got Bicentennial Square, which has the homegrown stage, which is just a great, the ambiance, the kind of feel of the square, and it's kind of tucked in there, and everybody is just hanging out. And then you have, Eagle Square with the Market Days Idol. Tandy's does a great job with that. So it's going to be, I feel like there's corners of Market Days that are just going to be packed with loud music. You know what else is really exciting? We're slacklining.
I saw something about that, and I was just... it was very under the wraps. It was something exciting is happening at Market Days.
Because we weren't really sure. We weren't really sure because it's over on the roof of Capitol Craftsman and the Viking House. And they're going to cross over the top. So that's going to be for 2 days. The first day is going to be kind of professionals and VIPs.
Ooh.
And then the second day is going to be anyone.
Wow.
Obviously, there's going to be, forms to sign out.
Yeah,
but
some liability waivers
yes,
for safety
but
reasons.
it's going to be really fun. You get a chance to walk over market days, get your picture taken,
Wow.
do something a little bit different in addition to all the other, great activities we have going on.
I think that's the really cool thing about this market days that I'm really excited about, just hearing you talk about it and watching it all unfold on Facebook and Instagram and everything, is just that there's the things you remember, the things you love about market days, the great carnival food and the great music. And then there are these exciting new things that like people didn't think Concord would do, like slackline. Like people are like, Concord's been called the city in a coma before, and
not
it's
anymore.
Not
Yeah.
like, and I think that's the great thing about our city is that it's evolving. It has a great traditional element of this. People still go to market days and buy things.
Yeah.
People still go to market days and meet new organizations and listen to great music.
Yeah.
And now you're going to do this kind of thing,
Yeah.
and like the introduction of the beer tent. And I think it's so cool because not only are the streets filled, but all the restaurants are filled, and it's just really exciting. It's just a great vibe, and we are so excited to do an outdoor movie that is sponsored by Double Midnight Comics.
Yeah.
And when we reached out to them, we were like, this is going to be good because we are going to get a movie that we would never be able to show at the theater. People don't really realize that Red River, we're an independent nonprofit cinema. So some films we just can't get access to. We can't put them on the big screen.
Right.
Not because we don't want to, not because we can't, like, it's just like we just can't get access to put them on our big screens. So outdoor movies are an amazing way for us to get Disney movies. And again, Double Midnight Comics is sponsoring it. Black Panther on the big screen,
gosh.
outside at market days.
And North Main Street.
North Main Street, which is a little different for us
Yeah.
because we're setting up the outdoor movie right in front of our marquee usually. But this will be great because we're going to be a little far out from the music, and we're going to be like right by the State House. It's just going to be a great
food
big
trucks.
space. We're really excited about it because an outdoor movie is always such a fun experience. We did a couple really successful ones last year.
Yeah.
We had Moana in
Yeah.
Rollins Park.
Hundreds of people.
Hundreds of
Yeah.
people, which is a little like we've been doing outdoor movies for a long time, and hundreds of people is not what we usually get. Like we get, maybe 50 to 100, but there were probably 200 to 300 people at Moana in Rollins Park, which is fabulous. And they're going to be people filling the street.
Yeah.
The film will start at dusk, which is basically when it starts getting dark, because we basically need zero light to show a movie. No dark movie theater. So we're trying to get that same atmosphere on the street. So it's going to take a little while. So it's probably going to start around 8:39. So it's going to be a later night, but bring the kiddos anyway. It's a rated PG-13. I guess it's violence. I read some stuff on Common Sense Media that it's mostly for the violence and some language. So hopefully it's appropriate for most kids. And people know their kids. They know if my kid is scared of this thing, I'm not going to bring them to Black Panther. But a lot of people have already seen this movie. I have not seen it, so I
haven't.
don't know
I'm like, I am
anything.
not working those 2 hours.
Yeah.
Just a heads up, I'm watching this movie.
Yeah, I want to watch the movie. So it'll start around 9, I'm guessing. As you mentioned, it's North Main Street. So don't go to Red River and expect to see the movie right in front of our marquee. We'll have people telling you where to go, but and we're encouraging people to bring their chairs because it's going to be on the street. So bring your chair. And blankets, you can bring a blanket, but again, it's street. So if you bring your lawn chairs, bring snacks, go to the vendors, get some great food, and then go to this movie. And it's going to be so much fun. And we cannot thank Double Midnight Comics enough for this because, we wouldn't be able to do it. We like to say that we're showing a superhero movie at Red River right now, RBG, because Ruth Bader Ginsburg is like a superhero of the law. But like this is one of our first opportunities to really show a superhero movie that has just come out. So Double Midnight Comics, cannot thank them enough for this opportunity. And of course, Intown Concord for making Market Days happen. So we're so excited about it. I can talk about it all day, but
I was beyond excited when I heard that. Just because I feel like that it being on the North Main Street is going to be a great draw down there. We have a lot of vendors down there that are awesome, and sometimes we struggle with the balance of we don't want to have too much going on, but sometimes we don't have enough. And so I think that just that draw alone will bring people down. There's plenty of food to snack on. You can hang out, and there's just, it's just going to be such a great vibe.
Oh, yeah.
So speaking of movies, though, are you kicking off your summer series now?
So with Market Days, we will start what we're calling it the Sunset Cinema series. So we're going to do upwards of 4, maybe more outdoor movies. So we're still finalizing details on all of them, and we're still looking for some sponsors. But I can tell you that the week after Market Days, actually, it's like less than a week, we're showing Sing with Parks and Recreation and Granite Investment Advisors as our sponsors, and that's going to be in Rollins Park again. So very similar setup to Moana. Parks and Rec does what they call a splash event. So it's they are going to call it Splash and Sing. So the idea is that you can go to the pool, swim around, and then come to sing after you are swimming at the pool.
Yeah.
They are thinking about doing a little karaoke or some music so that kids can sing along. And Sing is such a cute movie. I think it's so fun that we get to do these movies for children because people think Red River. They think people of a certain age. Like, we can do movies for everyone, and this is a really great opportunity. I saw this on Netflix, and I was like, this movie is so cute. And
it's hilarious.
It's just so much fun. And I love doing outdoor movies because it really does bring out families, people of all ages. And Rollins Park is, like, designed for this. It is such a nice, comfy environment. This is where you can bring your blankets. We're going to try to do more of a zoning with blankets in front because I got people, like, for Moana last year, which, again, it was craziness in the best possible way. But people were like, we started setting up at 5 o'clock. There was a family there with pizza at like 5:15.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And we're just like, guys, we're gonna set stuff up. We had some tape, just like caution tape, just to be like, this is what we need. And it was great because people were so excited. But yeah, like there were people who were sitting in front of people with blankets. So we're gonna try to do some more zoning so that people can see the film because that's very important. Not all of us are tall, me especially, so it's great to have that set up. So we're going to do that, and that is June 28th. June 27th. I'm getting it mixed up with June 28th is our Princess Bride quote along. So that's what I'm getting up. So June 27th, Rollins Park, again, probably 8:30, 9 o'clock. It's a shorter film, so that should do pretty well for us. And then the next one we have after that is going to be in Keach Park, which is up on Loudon Road, and it's going to be the movie Zootopia. We're still finalizing some sponsors on that, so feel free to reach out to me if you are interested in supporting that. Zootopia is such a good movie. It came out a couple of years ago, but again, it's one of those you watch on Netflix, and you could like watch it all the time. I'm sure your kids have watched it a million times. But
I love the music.
So cute, and I love the bunny in it, and it's a really great story. So that's going to be up at Keach Park, which we've never done something like that in that area, which is awesome because they're also opening the new community building up there pretty soon. So there's a lot going on for Parks and Rec up there. So we're really excited to be there, and we're going to scope out the space next week, I think. So those are the ones we have solid, as well as the Rock On Fest movie. And we're going to do Coco. And that is going to be on August 10th. And Coco is, again, another movie I haven't seen yet, but people loved it. And it's got this great music theme.
Yeah.
And it's really nice to do something like that for the Rock On Fest. Because the Rock On Fest is another one of those things like Market Days that is like such a great thing to bring all these community members together. And it's really exciting to be working with the Rock On Foundation and
I'm always getting feedback about the movies. I mean, people want to do them all the time, and I have to explain to them it's not as easy as you think. But when I tell people in other communities, other states, what we're doing, and they just, your town sounds so cute and community oriented, and just even last week or 2 weeks ago at the Rockin' Race, it was kind of the first, like a kickoff to summer events. The first event where everybody kind of was down on the State House lawn, congregating for an event, and I just remember like feeling that just grateful to be part of this, and then additionally having things like outdoor movies at these festivals, and always having things, and they're free.
Yes, so they're free
for people,
which is great because again, these are films that we wouldn't be able to do if we don't have sponsors and supporters. And I would be remiss if I didn't remember to mention that Able Insurance will be sponsoring the Rock On Fest film as well as Hermanos, which we thought was a nice natural fit because Coco is this Mexican film, and this is a great story. So we wouldn't be able to do this. And having them free and open to the public is something super important and really hits our mission.
Right.
Because we are really here to present film to the community of Concord, which is so many people in our community, new Americans, people who are aging, people who of all ages, families. And I think it's great when we can bring them all together for something like movies, and outdoor movies are super awesome. I just love it because it's so fun just to sit outside, watch a movie, be around with all these people, and you're going to get your people who are chatting, like these families, some kids sleeping, and this other, but it's awesome to see all these people coming together. I think that's great. Like what you were saying with the the Rock and Race rather. Just the community is so great. We have such an insular but just really inclusive community, and bringing people out to experience these things together is really exciting.
That was one of one of my dreams. We joke about it at the office, was having, a lot of our events are for things. They're fundraisers, or for Christmas or for Halloween. And I wanted to what I noticed when I got this job was that people really enjoyed coming down to the new downtown, congregating, just hanging out, like just really having a place to come and hang out and see your friends. So, I was like, I want to do a pancake breakfast on like a closed street. I just had this vision in my head, and, for no reason other than the community comes down and just enjoys each other's company. And we did that last year. We're going to do it again this year during the Rock On Fest.
Oh, great. Yeah.
And there wasn't any sort of reason behind it. It wasn't, because we are a nonprofit, but every once in a while it's just nice to have people come down. And we had the picnic tables lined up in family style, and there's a restaurant from the State House that came out and donated the food, and it was just this community is really they really love that. That's why the farmers market is so great on Saturday. And people just hang out and find other things to do.
Of course.
Yeah.
I think that's something I really love about market days too. It's just like great people watching.
Yeah.
You're seeing all these people. I remember when it was in July, and it was like kind of in the middle of the summer, and it was like, oh, I'm seeing all my friends from high school who've been at camp or doing something else.
Right.
And so it's like this coming together. I still go. We like make an effort with my group of friends to be like, we're gonna go do market days on Thursday, or we're gonna do it on Friday, and we just go out there and we go check out music, or we grab a beer at the tent, or do something.
Right.
And it's just bringing people together and spending time with other people in your community, because you never know what's going to come out of that. You could be at the beer tent and having a great beer with somebody, and you just start talking beer, and then you see them at the brewery, and then it's an awesome opportunity just to network, meet people, and experience Concord together, because like I said, it had a reputation that wasn't so great a few years ago, and now we're sitting here and we're like, yes, Concord, like things are happening here, and I am so excited to talk about them because there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah,
there
is.
That's part of the reason why I love market days, is just bringing those people together, talking with others, and experiencing what can be really great about a small city.
Yep.
And there's so much great stuff about this city. So
there's so much great. And also what's really neat is that we're seeing is new downtown businesses that have never come out for market days are coming out now, because we love all the vendors that come in from out of state or out of town, but we also really want to encourage our downtown businesses to come out. So we have a lot more coming out, and we've made up banners this year that we're going to put outside each booth that says, we love our downtown merchants, so that people shopping from either locally or outside know that these are the downtown merchants. I mean, they will be directly outside of their store. But that's something that we really want to encourage, because our downtown businesses, they work so hard. They are part of why Concord is so thriving right now.
Oh, yeah.
They really do. They work around the clock, and it's nice to be in a community where you can know the owners, not just the people working there. You have relationships with them, just walking up and down the street. Everybody's taking market days posters, super excited about it. Everybody's talking about it, because it's going to be awesome. So, as you know, I'm new here as of 2 years. It used to be in July.
Yes.
And I hear it's a huge difference, because now it's right after school. Whereas before it was, do you notice that difference?
I like it a lot. And it's interesting because it's still something that like people will tell me, they're like, market days, it's not in July. Like, it's early again? Is it early this year? Like, what happened? And
Yeah.
So in Concord, sometimes we're still training people. We're working on that. My favorite is people are like, when did this theater open up? Red River is 10 years old now, but again, if it's new to you, it's still new. That's great.
Yep.
But I really like the change because it's more of a kickoff to summer, a kickoff to what is going to be a great season. I love the idea that like Black Panther is going to be our first outdoor movie of the year. That's awesome.
So
you know, so it's just this great opportunity to start things off really great and like just start it off well. And I like the change because it became, for me, it was like, it actually became like, oh, it's the middle of the summer. It's halfway over. And sometimes after market days, I feel like it was like, oh no, I'm kind of sad because there's not that much summer.
Right.
But right now it's like right after, you know, like the solstice, there's so much summer left.
So much summer
you know?
left.
Like,
so,
and that's, I love Concord in the summer. Just like walking around, you know, just sitting outside at Bagel Works, having a coffee, people watching, going all the shops. I think summer in Concord is so exciting. So having market days started off is, for me, it's like, this is like icing on the cake.
We're very excited for market days this year. It's about 3 weeks away, June 21st, 22nd, 23rd. And I was here with Katie Mosher from Red River Theaters talking about everything
market days.
And the movies and their summer series and everything that's going on in Concord this year. So make sure you come downtown, market days, outdoor movie Black Panther.
Friday.
And so thank you for joining us with Community Conversations, produced by ConcordTV. We were super happy to be here and co-host this special edition, and hopefully we can come back and chat again.
You're watching Community Conversations, a ConcordTV production.